I've always believed that education is extremely important. In fact, every time I'm offered to go back to a riding school, I'm gonna do it. And that leads me to being back here at the Honda Safety Driving Center. In fact, this is where I learned how to ride a motorcycle many years ago. And today, it's gonna be a little bit different because instead of using the Honda bikes, we are gonna be using the bikes that are distributed by the Autohub group, namely the Vespa scooters, of course, the Aprilia scooters, and the Triumph motorcycles. The Autohub Motorcycle Training Excellence is a program created by the Autohub Institute of Technology, giving a basic rider training course to new riders using Triumph bikes as well as Vespa and Aprilia scooters. The course is recognized by the LTO for student licenses, non-professional driver's licenses, and additional motorcycle restriction. All right, guys, so this is Telebert. He's actually my classmate for the next 2 days. Telebert, why did you decide to join the course?
Well, I've been riding my small bike, right?
What's your small
Vespa.
bike? Yeah, the Vespa. Okay.
Yeah. And then, you think you sort of know it all, right? Because you're experiencing all that stuff. But then I realized there's lots to learn.
Yeah.
So I thought I might as well. And
Yeah.
It doesn't hurt. It's a weekend.
Yeah.
I know that the staff here are professionals, and I see the stuff around here, and I like it.
Yeah. And have you taken a riding school before?
I have not.
This is your first?
Yeah.
But what's your experience been so far?
I had to undo a lot of things that I thought I learned and I learned correctly.
Okay.
Right. So even the holding of the throttle,
Yeah.
I did it wrong. I mean, I hold the throttle and then I apply the brakes. I go like poof.
Okay.
So these things I need to undo.
Yeah.
Right? I need to sort of quiet myself and I ask, how should you undo that?
Yeah.
Right, I'm glad we're going 2 days because perhaps that's a time where I can get more conscious about it.
And it's nice, because they have like a classroom session and then you apply the stuff outside.
Right.
So it's kind of a whole thing that you're going through, a whole curriculum sort of that you're going through.
I mean, we have gone through theory and all that,
Yeah.
right? I mean, the way we learn, we go through theory, but then really the thing is when you hit the road,
Yeah,
that's
it's
when
different.
you really
It's different.
realize that you're missing a whole lot.
And you also using a controlled environment, but it's a little bit, it simulates what it's like outside on the road, but it's still controlled.
Very much, but it's still very much like the road, right? It's a good environment to learn.
Okay. So you've said that you're coming from the Vespa and you want to learn a bigger bike. What are you planning to get if you're gonna go up to a big bike?
So I've shopped around. So I'm thinking actually, the Trident is one of the things I have already sort of lined up in my head.
Okay.
I've been reading and learning about it more. That's the one that sort of attracted me. And the reason for that is I think also the vintage
Yeah.
brand, right? The reason why I'm interested here is because I get to try the bike that I like
That's right.
to consider buying. Right?
Yeah.
And there's no substitute there.
All right. Well, nice to see you here,
Yeah,
and
thank you.
hope we'll see you out on the road
Cool.
soon. All right.
Alrighty.
Okay. All right. So why did the Autohub Group decide to do this program, especially here sa Honda Safety Driving Center?
Our president, Mr. Willie Titen, decided that Autohub should be part of that advocacy of safety riding
Yes.
for motorcycle driver. So come up with that program, and then what's supposed to be fit for our customers for Vespa and Triumph.
Okay.
And now with Aprilia.
Yeah.
So we tie up with the best institution in the Philippines, which is Honda Safety Driving Center, to have this an option for customer. We did is more an options for customer.
Okay.
That they can have the opportunity to learn the bike. They can also opportunity to let their driver's license to have an accreditation for motorcycle. And also, most important is they can have an experience of our products.
Yeah. Yeah.
Especially that most of that only happen at the dealership for about 10 minutes, 15 minutes the most. And unlucky for you if there's a traffic, then you cannot try like this in the truck.
So dito you have your little area here that you can do all these different maneuvers, all these different things, and learn the bike in that way, no. Pero kailangan ba talaga customer ng Triumph, Vespa, or Aprilia, or or can anybody join the program?
No, anybody.
Okay.
As we said, between our tie-up with the Honda Safety Driving Center and Autohub Institute of Technology, that when it comes to safety, no brand. So anyone can come here, and they can choose our program. The AMTEX is a different program that we are offering. Our focus is the rider experience, and then the ability to them to be empowered the motorcycle.
All right. And then, of course, syempre importante din na you can get the LTO accreditation right here also, diba?
That's the most important when you are going to a riding school. First, you must know that the institution is really an accredited institution. Kasi marami tayo ngayong na mga under the tree, mga riding school. And then you pay a little bit of something. We see in the parking lot, we see each other in the parking lot. I teach you, we go to the parking lot. And that's dangerous. So if this contribution that we are doing in Autohub will be a small contribution to make our riders to be disciplined.
Yes, absolutely, 100%.
Why we're not doing it? So we will do it to be part of this.
Yeah, discipline and safety always should be the paramount, the top of the...
Yes, of course.
Always.
The
diba?
riders, yes.
All right, well, thank you very much and congratulations.
All right, thank you.
All right, so this is our instructor, Alex, Coach Alex. Alex, briefly describe naman yung module for the 2 days.
So for the 2 days module, yung unang araw natin, we do correction of riding posture. Kinorek muna namin based dun sa standard na tinuturo namin. And then the second exercise is the stopping. So to improve the braking application, to correct the braking application of the riders, and to maximize the use of engine brake when you stop. And then other exercises is more on a series of bend or series of turning exercise to improve the riding skills and the riding posture when negotiating bends.
Okay.
Ito yung last day natin, ito na po yung low speed control, how to manage the the big bike at low speed without wobbling, without engine stall, and with correct riding posture. And then dito rin namin in-introduce how to stand up dito sa sa big bike in case of uneven surface, how to handle and to avoid accident. And then dito rin namin in-introduce sa second day yung emergency braking exercise, which is the very important part, no? So how to brake in case of emergency, because our goal naman when riding outside is to stop safely in case of emergency, no?
Okay, so Alex, I know where I did really badly. Kasi pero ikaw nakita mo lahat.
Yes,
So
yes, yes.
ako, I know which parts I did badly. And considering I've been riding for years already. But can you assess what I did out there for the past 2 days?
Yung first day na notice ko sa inyo, sir, is first is the rear brake application. So yung paggamit ng rear brake medyo hindi pa masyadong na-maximize. And then yung day 2, yung posture, the posture when you brake, and then yung pag-maximize ng engine brake talaga yung pag-clutch.
Okay.
Medyo napapa-early. So yun lang.
That's it?
So yun na lang, binase lang namin sa standard na tinuturo po namin. No?
Okay.
Well, this is precision riding kasi.
Yeah. And compared to some of the other schools out there, yung mga pang track,
Yes, pang-track.
pang dirt, pang trail, this one is really more for road use.
Yes, everyday.
Everyday
Araw-araw.
riding.
So halos similar lang naman ang tinuturo talaga. Nagkakaroon lang ng pagbabago sa posture, especially sa when you attack the curve. Yan, doon na nagbabago, lalo na sa track.
Yeah. All right. Kasi one of the things I noticed, no, when I was turning here, sometimes lumalabas to eh.
Normal.
Sometimes, parang nasanay ako sa
Walang
ganyan.
problema. As a exercise lang namin, mas effective lang talaga yung naka-grip yung tank. Pero when you attack naman the track, well, mas okay yun.
Yeah. right, so that's it. I mean, 2 days of classes, lessons. I went back to school for 2 days. And but what's really nice about it is that this is actually really where I learned how to ride a motorcycle several years ago. You know, back then, I remember, I was so scared riding a motorcycle around here, low speeds. And back then it was just a small little 150cc. And now I was using a 1200. I was using the Speed Triple and the Tiger, and still doing the same drills. So it's applicable, right? So if whether you're using the small bikes or the big bikes, you're able to do the same drills. And like I mentioned earlier, it's really about riding on the road better. I have taken a lot of the other classes, from being on the track, being on the trail, so on and so forth. But I think, in all honesty, this is actually the most useful one, because this is what you use every day. So if you want to learn more about it, you can check out the link that we're going to put in the description, and you can actually, find out the price and all that kind of stuff, the schedule, on their Facebook page as well. And yeah, that's about it. Of course, I want to remind you guys, of course, to log on to www.motodeal.com.ph. Till next time, peace!